Become gray rock, the posture that quietly neutralizes attention seekers and often strips their power. Imagine someone treating you like a stage, bright lights, applause, and an audience that exists only to validate every move. At first, it feels flattering. Compliments land like confetti. Texts arrive like warm rain. Then the applause fades, the spotlight moves on, and you're left confused, exhausted, and wondering what you did wrong. This pattern is not about you. It's about someone using you as a mirror to reflect themselves. Today, I'll show you one simple, principled stance, gray rock, that deprives that pattern of fuel, protects your boundaries, and returns choice to your hands. Before we get tactical, you need a short map of what you're up against. Think with me for a minute in Jungian terms. Most people wear a persona, the social mask that shows the part of themselves they want the world to admire. Behind that mask sits the shadow, the unmet needs, the emptiness they refuse to face. Some men, call them serial seducers or attention seekers, depend on other people's reflection to keep their persona lit. They seek admiration, drama, and validation because it temporarily fills that shadow. The pattern repeats because the mirror keeps responding. There are 7 signs that this dynamic is happening. Listen to each sign, picture a short scene, and then hold that image while I show you the gray rock reply that breaks that move. First sign, rapid idealization. He makes you feel like the only person who exists. The compliments escalate. The future talk arrives too fast. We're a perfect match. I've never felt this way. It's intoxicating because it's intense and immediate. The problem is the speed. He's creating a pedestal you didn't ask for. Gray rock reply. Do not return the pedestal. Keep responses neutral and factual. Short scripts. Thanks, I appreciate that. Pause. Change the subject to something mundane. Don't amplify. When admiration is not returned with equivalent heat, the pedestal loses its power. Second sign, surface-level conversation. He talks a good game, but never gets beneath the shiny topics. Career hits, curated vacations, the highlights reel. Conversations feel like a social media profile. Impressive, but hollow. Gray rock reply. Refuse to deepen the mirror. Give brief, factual answers. Example script. Noted. That's interesting. Then shift attention away or end the interaction. If he seeks intimacy through talking up his image, withholding reciprocal intimacy starves the tactic. Third sign, sex used as control. Sex becomes a lever, an exchange where affection is conditional or followed by withdrawal. It's treated as proof rather than connection. Gray rock reply. Protect your emotional investment. Keep responses calm after sex. Don't flood with affection. Don't seek reassurance. Short script. I'm fine. Let's talk another time. If sexual intimacy is being weaponized, gray rock can blunt the emotional payoff he expects.
Fourth sign, push-pull and disappearing acts. He's hot, then gone. Messages full of longing, then radio silence. This creates anxiety and chasing. Gray rock reply, refuse to chase. Delay replies intentionally and keep them factual when you do respond. Script, I saw your message, I'll respond later. Or simply, okay. When you remove frantic availability, the push-pull loses its reward. Fifth sign, defensive charm. When confronted, he flips into offense or charm, sudden compliments or outrage used to turn the table. He's both the accuser and the apologizer by turns. Gray rock reply, keep boundaries matter of fact. Use short, unemotional lines. I don't want to argue. I disagree. Let's not continue this now. Do not match charm with reaction. Let charm bounce off rather than feed it. Sixth sign, constant validation seeking. He needs applause for mundane things, asks for reassurance, or requires confirmation of his worth multiple times a day. Gray rock reply, give measured, non-reinforcing responses. Say, good to know, or thanks for telling me. Avoid inflating his self-worth with prolonged validation. Minimal, neutral language reduces reinforcement. Seventh sign, emptiness after conquest. After the victory, after he's won you, the interest quickly fades. You are discarded or relegated to a convenience. Gray rock reply, withhold re-engagement on his terms. Don't rush to rekindle. Treat interactions as transactional and brief. Script, I'm focusing on other things. I won't be available tonight. When you stop becoming a ready source of validation, the pattern often dissolves. If this list is landing for you, pause for a moment and consider subscribing. I'll keep sharing practical, psychology-informed tools like these that you can use to protect yourself and rebuild your life. Now let's connect the diagnosis to the tactic. Why does gray rock work? Manipulative attention seekers rely on emotional reactivity. They throw sparkle and storm because each reaction you give feeds their sense of worth. Gray rock is an intentional posture, emotionally neutral, minimally engaged, predictable, like a gray stone on the riverbank. No drama is reflected back. Without drama, there's no reward. Without reward, the behavior often reduces or shifts. This is not cruelty, it's strategic preservation. It's choosing not to be an unpaid therapist, audience, or trophy. It's also not a universal cure. Gray rock often frustrates attention-seeking patterns and reduces their hold, but it is not a guaranteed fix for every situation. If there's violence, threats, stalking, or escalating intimidation, gray rock is not the right tool. Leave the scene and seek help. All right, here's the operational guide. Practical, repeatable behaviors you can follow when you decide to become gray rock. Each step includes short scripts you can use and why it connects back to one of the 7 signs. Step 1. Master emotional neutrality.
Your tone and face matter more than the exact words. Keep your voice even, calm, and measured. Practice a soft flatness. No highs that invite reciprocity, no lows that invite rescue. Imagine you're describing the weather, factual, unobtrusive. Why this helps, it removes the emotional feedback loop that powers rapid idealization and defensive charm. What to say when it starts? Okay, I understand. Noted. Short, slow cadence. Do keep your jaw relaxed, shoulders loose, eyes steady. Don't glare, don't smolder. The goal is not to punish, it's to be unexciting. Don't match theatrics. Do not cry in public to get a reaction you don't want. Avoid dramatic monologues or flames of anger that feed the game. Step 2. Use minimal verbal responses. Words carry fuel. Reduce the caloric intake you give their attention economy. Short scripts to memorize and use. To grand compliments, thanks, I appreciate that. To fast future talk, we'll see. To nostalgic proclamations, okay. To self-centered disclosures, I hear you. To emotional storms, I'm not going to respond to this tone. Why this helps, short replies prevent you from participating in surface-level or prestige-based conversations that keep their persona alive. Step 3. Avoid engaging in drama. Baits will come in many forms: provocative texts, guilt-tripping messages, staged crises. Do not step onto the stage. Practical moves: read and breathe. If you need to respond, draft a neutral reply, wait 30 minutes, then send a one-line factual answer. Consider reading messages without replying immediately. Notifications can be turned off. Example script to a bait: I'm busy right now. We can discuss this later. Then don't engage later unless necessary. Why this helps? Drama is a hall of mirrors. If you don't mirror the drama, it collapses. Step 4. Set boundaries in availability. Give yourself time buffers. Limit how often you text back. Keep phone replies businesslike. Schedule interactions instead of allowing spontaneous ambushes. Concrete guidelines: reply during working hours only. Use delayed read strategies if you must. Limit face-to-face meetings to public schedule times if safety allows. Script for scheduling: I can speak at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. If asked to change, that time works best for me. Keep choices brief and non-negotiable. Why this helps? It neutralizes push-pull and reduces the thrill of immediate access that fuels validation seeking. Step 5. No personal disclosures. Protect vulnerabilities like passwords. Don't tell them about your childhood wounds, your savings, or your insecurities. Keep the personal personal. Scripts for deflection: I prefer not to discuss that. That's private. I don't share everything right away. Why this helps? Surface-level conversations in sexual control fuel personal revelations. Withholding vulnerability denies the manipulator material to exploit. Step 6. Control nonverbal cues.
Body language tells the whole story, even when your words are minimal. Keep steady eye contact, but not intense stare. Not once, not repeatedly. Keep your expressions neutral. Move with calm, efficient gestures. Why this helps? Exaggerated warmth or shame can be seized as input. Neutral nonverbal cues reduce reinforcement for rapid idealization and defensive charm. Step 7. Have exit strategies ready. If pressure escalates, if baiting turns to threats or stalking, plan immediate, safe exits. This can be blocking on social platforms, stepping out of the room, leaving a location, or seeking support from a friend. Gray rock is a de-escalation tactic, not a safety plan for violent situations. Script for ending encounters safely: I'm leaving now. I'm not continuing this conversation. I'll call someone and go. Practice these lines aloud so they come easily. Now, to bring this to life, here are at least 6 exact, short, scripted responses you can memorize and use in common manipulative moments. These are blunt, minimal, and effective. To frantic love bombing: thanks, I appreciate that. To immediate future fantasies: we'll see. To guilt-tripping complaints: I understand your perspective. To aggressive charm in an argument, I'm not going to argue. To emotional baiting texts, I'm busy right now. To requests for deep personal things, I don't share that. Add a couple more for variety. To disappearing then returning, noted, I was focusing on other things. To attempts to make you jealous, that's not something I choose to engage with. Pair these lines with a calm tone and a neutral face. Say them slowly, leave space after each line, and then close the conversation or pivot to a non-emotional topic. Next, let's map each of the 7 signs to a specific gray rock response so you can see the logical connection. Rapid idealization. Neutralize the pedestal. Respond with short gratitude and then withdraw amplification. Result, your non-entrained reaction reduces the rush of admiration. Surface-level conversation, withhold depth. Keep things factual and brief and do not disclose personal material. Result, lack of intimate exchange makes the interaction unrewarding. Sex as control, avoid emotional overinvestment post-intimacy. Keep responses calm and transactional if necessary. Result, the sexual lever loses its emotional leverage. Push-pull disappearance, stop chasing. Delay replies and make your availability predictable and limited. Result, removing immediacy deflates the control tactic. Defensive charm, don't be swayed by sudden apologies or flattery used to regain control. Stay firm and unemotional. Result, charm no longer resets the conflict. Constant validation seeking, offer minimal reinforcement. Say noted or thanks without further praise. Result, validation hunger is not satiated. Emptiness after conquest, do not re-engage on their timeline.
Maintain boundaries and redirect your attention. Result, you are not a convenience. The pattern loses payoff. Safety reminders. Gray rock is powerful for neutral dynamics and for early-stage manipulative behaviors, but it is not a panacea for abuse. If you are being threatened, stalked, physically harmed, or if harassment escalates despite your boundaries, prioritize your safety. Remove yourself from danger, reach out to trusted support, and contact appropriate professionals and authorities. If you're unsure, consult with local resources or domestic violence hotlines. Do not use gray rock as a way to remain in prolonged contact with someone who is dangerous. Now watch a short imagined exchange so you can feel how this works in real time. He, you're incredible. I've never felt this with anyone. We should move in next month. You, gray rock. Thanks, I appreciate that. I have plans on Saturday. And, come on, don't be like that. You don't understand me. I'm not going to argue. Short nod. Walk away or change the subject. Later, he texts a photo and a dramatic caption to pull you back in. I'm busy right now. Frustrated, he ramps up. Fine. If you don't want this, bye. Noted. You close your phone and do something that replenishes you. In many cases, the manipulator will try one more escalation. If their pattern depends on your reflection, the predictable, unreactive posture will either send them seeking a new mirror or force them to confront their own shadow, something they often avoid. Either outcome is better for your safety. A few more practical tips to make gray rock sustainable. Practice with low-stakes people. Try neutral, minimal responses with telemarketers, or keep conversations bland with an acquaintance so the behavior becomes habitual. Pair gray rock with a support system. Have a friend you can call after difficult interactions. You're not alone in this. Keep a short script list on your phone or a cheat sheet. When nerves spike, the simplest line will do. Maintain your life outside the relationship. Hobbies, friends, work. The less your identity is tied to the manipulator, the easier gray rock becomes. If you are co-parenting or cannot fully cut contact, establish strict boundaries and document interactions when necessary. Keep exchanges about logistics and nothing more. One last point about power and choice. Becoming gray rock is not about punishment or revenge. It's about refusing to be used as emotional scaffolding for someone else's unresolved inner life. You are not responsible for fixing other people. You are responsible for yourself. Reframing yourself from mirror to chooser changes everything. Instead of reflecting every demand, you decide what to mirror and when to step away. If you decide to practice this posture, expect a period of adjustment. Initially, manipulative people may try harder to regain their old supply. They may guilt, charm, or bait more intensely.
Stand firm. Consistency is what undermines the behavior over time. To close, this approach, Become Gray Rock, is a disciplined, compassionate tactic that often frustrates attention seekers and reduces their hold. It gives you space to preserve your emotional energy and rebuild sovereignty in relationships. If you found this useful, share it with someone who needs to protect their heart And download the free Grey Rock cheat sheet in the description for memorized scripts and a one-page plan to follow when you need it most. You deserve relationships where reflection is mutual, honest, and nourishing, not a stage you're paid to perform on. Choose your presence. Choose your absence. Choose peace.